Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Make sure you say hello and let me know that you're here. And I'm going to pull this up on my phone so I can actually see what's going on. You know the drill. Whoop, hold on. I just went right out of the drill. What's going on? All right. Do I want to do that? Yes. All right. It's a beautiful morning this morning. And I mean, I don't often say that it's not. I'll just be honest with you. Even if it's raining, it's still a beautiful morning. I woke up and I was able to move about and do the things that I wanted to do. So I feel it's a beautiful morning. It's going to be a beautiful day, and I'm really excited. I've got a list of some things to complete today, and it's going to be so um, satisfying is the word to get them completed. And I did a podcast last night, and so I've already been doing a little bit of stuff with her podcast. So I don't know, I just feel ultra inspired this morning, and so I'm excited to do my day right. All right, so let me see. Here we are. All right, so I'm going to. Oh, good morning, Wendy. I see you're there. Make sure you say hello so you start showing up in the comments, and because nothing's showing up over here. Good morning. Good morning. So, how are you doing this morning? I was just explaining how what a beautiful day it was, and I'm feeling full of inspiration this morning. I haven't done my meditation yet, but I think I'll do that once I get off here, and then I will be able to take even more inspired action. So I'm super excited, and people are answering in the poll right now as far as good days and times for us to do our mini workshop. So I'm getting really close. Right now it looks like it'll either be Monday the 19th or Tuesday the 20th. And so now I'm going to go in there and look and see what works best for me to be able to deliver, and then we'll get it on the books. And I'm just really looking forward to this mini workshop about becoming the magnet to draw in all the wonderful things in our lives. So I'm going to go ahead and um, very well, celebrating 40th anniversary of our first date. I saw that. Oh, I saw that. So that'll be really cool. So are you going on a cruise again for your 40th anniversary? Probably no internet. Okay. Well, if we end up having it on a day that you're gone, then you can catch the replay. I would love to have you there, though. I was just trying to get it in as quick as possible. So I may look at I don't know. My calendar's gotten quite full, so we'll see what works. But right now, it looks like it'll be between the 19th and the 20th, and that could change because I'm going to do a little more research on what's all going on my calendar over there, just to make sure maybe there's another evening that would actually work better. But we'll see. Well, yes, but then it's our 37th wedding anniversary. Okay. See, you got some celebrations, a lot of celebrations. Is it both of them this month? You went on your first date and then you ended up getting married in the same month? Not that same month, but you know what I mean. So you had Was it 3 years? Didn't you say it was your 40th anniversary of your first date? Yeah. Okay. How cool is that? Going to Mexico. Well, I'm excited for you. At the end of the month, I'm going to San Diego, and I've never been to San Diego. I've been to LA several times, but never been to San Diego. So I'm looking forward to that. August is your month. I know my best friend's born in August and my mom's born in August. And my mom is August 13th. And she always says that when it falls on a Friday, that's her luckiest day, the Friday the 13th. Good morning, Jackie. Good morning. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and grab our affirmation for this morning. And Jana, good morning. All right. So you ready? Now, I will say the zoo there is great. Okay, cool. The San Diego Zoo, I'm assuming you're saying, right? This affirmation this morning, every now and then it's something that's in my head when I wake up. So this morning when I woke up, this song was in my mind, and I don't know why. I could hear the voices, I could hear the music. It was just all there, right? And so you'll know what the song is when you see the affirmation. All right, so here it is. I am a daydream believer. So now you know what song it was, right? Daydream believer. But the thing that was really pressing on my heart this morning is, a lot of times we tend to think that we do believe in our daydreams, but we usually believe that they stay daydreams, right? And because when we're daydreaming, a lot of times we're dreaming that it is so far away. It's something that we really, really want, but it's so far out of reach, right? And so being this, I am a daydream believer. And remember, anything that comes after the words I am are explosively powerful, right? Anything you say after I am. So that's why it's so amazing as you're talking during the day. If you catch yourself saying I am anything that's not powerful, shut it down, change the words, right? And so it's really, really important to self-regulate when it comes to the I am statements. And, in the past, I would be the first one to be telling you how tired I was, how in pain I was, how poor I was, how alone I was, how unsupported I was. I would just be able to tell you all the I am statements that not a damn one of them supported me, right? And not to say that I'm perfect by any means, because I always want to make sure I tell you that, because perfection is not me. So I still sometimes fall into, I will say something that is not, doesn't support what I want in my life. And the thing is once you've been working on this for a while, is that the thing is that it's not that you never say it, is that you catch yourself so fast and you say, ooh, that wasn't a good statement. Let me say something different. And you can turn it around. And so that's power. That's within you, right? So when I make this statement, I am a daydream believer, what comes up for you? Do you feel that you do believe in your daydreams, or do you believe in them as far as a daydream that never comes? What shows up for you? And remember, there's there's a delay in here, so I will try to move about. Good morning. I'm wanting to start a podcast and I have a platform. All right. Beautiful. So maybe reach out to me, Sandra, and let's have a conversation. Just direct message me and let's chat. And thank you for being here this morning on Instagram. I appreciate you. All right. So anybody got any ideas? What comes up for you is you're being a daydream believer. Does it feel like you're actually manifesting your dream, or does it feel like your dream is so far in the future you'll never reach it? So Sandra, do you have an answer to that as well? Does it, when I say I am a daydream believer, and that is our affirmation for today, does that feel like your dreams are right here and you're grabbing them? Or does it feel like the dreams are still so far out of reach that it's just a daydream? You believe, oh, good, Wendy, you believe in your daydreams. So does that mean that they're right here and you can almost touch them? It's like sometimes I feel like my daydreams feel like they're just right here. I just got to grab a hold and be open and let them come. And then other times I'll have a daydream that feels like it's like I'm yearning for it, but it's not coming. Good morning, Janet. Let me switch over here so I can see what this says. Good morning. I'm so glad to catch this live. I just completed a workshop in a city 3 hours away from home. Picked my phone just to see your notification going live. For me, it's right in the middle of my day. I see rooms of midlife women who are sharing in my message of hope, dreams, and possibility. I can taste it. Beautiful, beautiful. Janet, good morning. It doesn't matter. You're here. That's all that counts. And Wendy says, absolutely. So my question I just asked Janet was, if our affirmation, because our affirmation is, I am a daydream believer, does it feel like your daydreams are right here and you can almost taste them, you could touch them, and they're right here and they're viable? Or does it feel like your daydreams are so far away you're yearning for them, but they never come? That's a long question, but that's what I'm asking. Because it's important. And we always want to be daydream believers, right? We want to have those daydreams. I feel mine are right here and now. Beautiful. Oh, Janet, I love that. I love that for you. All right. So now I'm going to, let me get back to the right window. All right. So now we're going to go on to the journal prompt. Hold on just a second. Let me copy and put everything here I need. All right, our journal prompt. Imagine your biggest daydream has just come true. I knew what you meant, Janet. Imagine your biggest daydream has just come true. What's the first thing you say to yourself in that moment of realization? So think about that for a moment. And one of the reasons that I put this in this way is because it takes us into that visualization place, that place of it's true, right? Because that's what we want. We want to be the magnet that's pulling things to us. And that's one of the things that we're going to really, really dive into on that mini workshop that we're trying to schedule right now, right? Is that we are magnets to the things that are showing up in our lives. We're magnets to it, right? And whether things are showing up that you want or things that are showing up that you don't want, you're a magnet to it. And the only way that you change what's showing up in your life is to change what's in here and in here. And the thing that is important to remember is that when you can really, really tap into the vibration of what it is. Okay, Janet says that I am truly blessed when I see my daydreams open up daily. Positive attracts positive. Yes, yes. And Kathy, thank you for being here. Make sure you say hello so everybody else can see you and you can join in the conversation. So when you're talking about your daydreams, right? I'm looking at some notes that I wrote here. Is that just by looking at the mindset shift of, because when I first created it, the affirmation was, what's a big dream that you've had, that a daydream that you've had that actually came true? And then I got to thinking about it a little bit more, is that, some of us, and I know there have been many times in my past that I wouldn't have been able to figure out one. And so I don't know where everybody's at when it comes to that. And so I wanted it to be more of, we can bring it to us instead of we're just remembering one that possibly could have been a daydream that came true, right? And a lot of times it's the thing that's really funny is that, as one of the things I talk about all the time is that a 1% change every day creates exponential growth, right? And that the things that we do today that change us, tomorrow, that's our new normal. We make some more changes. That's our new normal. The next day, that's our new normal. And we keep perpetuating this newness, this new normal for us. And that's why it's important to really be writing out a lot of this stuff for yourself so that you can look back and see, this is something that was going on for me then. Man, oh man, have things changed, right? But we don't notice it because it becomes our new normal as we learn and we grow and we become. The thing that is really, thank you, God, yes, Wendy. The thing that's really, really important is that when you keep changing that normal thing about you, and this is one of the ways that we do it, is by imagining and visualizing and actually getting into the moments, right? And it's like, I know you've probably heard this before, but there have been people that, like, for instance, there's a gentleman that he was a prisoner of war and he wanted to improve his golf game before he ever got captured, is the right word, I guess. And he was a golfer. And so he decided that the thing that he was going to do as he was a prisoner of war was, instead of sitting in despair and looking at his circumstances and feeling all the feels of that. Now, not to say he didn't have a hard time, he did, but he spent a lot of his time visualizing his golf game. And he visualized it and playing so much better than he had ever played before. And in his mind, he kept playing it over and over and over again. So what happened was, once he was released, and I don't remember how long he was there, but it was a long time. But when he was released and he finally got to play golf again, his score was equal to what he had imagined, not what he used to play. Now, and then there were years that he wasn't actually physically playing. He was just imagining the playing. So what that did was that created a new normal within him as he was imagining. And so we're doing the same thing when we imagine our best life. When we imagine our dream, our biggest daydream has just come true, and we're feeling it. We're in the moment of it. It's maybe in our imagination. It hasn't actually physically manifested yet. But the thing that's interesting about our subconscious mind is it does not understand, or it does not compute between truth and fiction. No matter what you tell it, it believes. So that's why those I am statements are so, so important. So, like, for instance, let's say you're watching a movie and there's a lot of angst going on in this movie. Now, in your mind, your conscious mind, it's a movie, but you start getting into that character. And this is actually a form of hypnosis. You hypnotize yourself to be that character. And so when something happens, that somebody jumps out, you scream. If that character is having a hard time and they're crying, you're crying right along with them. You feel what they're feeling, but none of it's true. but your body can actually create all of the breaking out in the sweat. Your body will create all the responses just as if it was you that was having all this happen. That's why we have to be really, really mindful of the things that we watch too, because our mind takes it as fact. And for instance, I have a niece that had an aneurysm during childbirth, and she was in a coma for a very long time. And one of the things, my uncle, I think I've told you about him many times before, he was my mentor. He was a multimillionaire. He had multiple businesses. He was amazing. And I loved talking to him about the books that he was reading, the things that he was watching, what he was doing, right? And oh wow, I never thought of it that way about what you watch. Yes, yes, Janet. And so one of the things that when my niece was in the hospital and she was in a coma in the hospital for a very long time, I don't even remember how long, but he made it mandatory. He put a sign up on the TV screen because what he found was that the nurses thought she needed noise. So they would turn on the TV and it would be the news or it would be some drama show, a court show, something like that. And he said, no, 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 that is not what we're feeding her brain while she's in a coma. He said, I don't care if you think she can hear or not. The thing is that she's only going to have positive things filtering through this room. And if you don't adhere to it, I'll change her hospital. And that's how important it was to him, because my niece, even though she was in a coma and supposedly she couldn't hear, he said, we're only feeding her positive things. So think about that. If it was now like I said, my uncle was a multimillionaire. He read books. He was all the time telling me about this new book that he had read. We would go to lunches. Good morning, Kimmy. We would go to lunches and I would just absorb anything he had to say. And he was amazing. And to think back on her being in the hospital, and that was the one thing he was so adamant about. What's her mind hearing while she's here? And so shouldn't we, as waking people, not in comas, we know we can hear, and we know that our subconscious mind grabs everything that we're doing and takes it as true. Like when people jokingly say, I am things, and I know I've got some people that I know that are constantly doing that. And they'll say, well, I'm just joking. Well, your mind doesn't know that. It just thinks, okay, let me see. How can that be true? Let me find all the evidence. And good morning. Hoping everyone has a safe and awesome weekend. Oh, thank you, Kimmy. Thank you. So just think about it. You know, how important is it? Hearing is the last thing that goes. Your uncle was right. Yes. Yes. And so it's important for us to be mindful of the things that we listen to. And if you're listening to something and it feels anxious, just think about it. I mean, it's not to say you can't ever watch anything that maybe is not of a more positive nature. You know, you can. The thing is, you've got to do, well, you don't have to, but it would benefit you to do a few things to decompress afterwards, ground into your space, and to actually try to filter it out of your mind, right? But is it really that important? I am positive as much as I can be. Good, Wendy. I tell people when they're, oh, hold on, let me get this over here where I can read it better. I tell people when they friend me on Facebook that they sign up to be pounded with positivity. Yes, one of my friends, I remember she told me, she was telling me about something one day, and I started giving her the positive spin, and she said, hold on a second. She said, I don't want the Pollyanna, the rose-colored glasses. For just a moment, I want you to just listen to me vent. I said, okay, go ahead, vent. And then when you're done, I'll give you the positive thing. She said, okay. So that's what we did. And because it was bothering her, and I can understand it after I've really thought about it a lot, I wasn't allowing her to even speak. I was trying to turn it around while she was talking about it. And it's like, sometimes people just want to tell you their stuff. And then you can let them see maybe the lesson or the bright spot that came from it, right? So let's see. We're going to the thing that's important is to recognize the emotions that you associate with this daydream that you've got, right? Because the emotions around it are big. They're really big. So when you imagine your biggest daydream has just come true, what's the emotion that shows up? So just for kicks and giggles, for just a minute, just close your eyes. And I can't see if they're closed, so I'm just going to take it for granted that you are definitely doing this. Now, not if you're behind the wheels of a car or anything like that, I will say, is go ahead and just close your eyes for just a moment. And just take a few deep breaths and let them go. And then that daydream that is the biggest one that you've been dreaming, that big, big, big daydream, just go ahead and bring it up in your mind. What is it? And just keep breathing as you're letting that thought come to your mind. And then as it comes to your mind, just for kicks and giggles, just imagine that you're picking up the phone and you're calling your best friend to tell them that this daydream, it's not a daydream anymore. You just realize that it is here. It is now. It is already come. Now, the thing that's important to remember as you're thinking about this is that you want to bring up the emotion of it being a reality, it being here. But you also want to be thinking about, wow, that feels so normal now. I thought I would be ultra excited, and I am, but it feels like it was a no-brainer. It was going to happen. Because sometimes we keep it like you can call your friend and say, oh my God, let's just say that your daydream was to become a millionaire, right? All right. So you look in your bank account and you just hit $1 million. It just went into your account. There's $1 million now in your account, maybe even more. But by the time you get to that place right there, you've been imagining and feeling it for a long time, and it feels like, it's here. I knew it was going to be. So then when you call your friend and you say, you remember when we were talking about the fact that I really wanted to be a millionaire and it seemed like it was this distant thing that was never going to happen? I'm proud to report it's here. It's happened. Because now if you call this friend and you scream and you yell and, oh my God, I'm a millionaire, it still feels like a fleeting thing that's going to be gone in a month. Does that make sense? I just did hold on a second. Let me bring this up over here. I just did stopped and thought, wow, that's not what I really want. Ooh, Janet, that's a good one. That's powerful, Janet. I love that. And a lot of times we do have daydreams that we think were supposed to be ours, that somebody has said, this is a good thing to dream about. Or maybe we've been dreaming about it because we thought that was what was possible when something else is so much more possible, right? Because you want your daydream to be part of your internal soul kind of thing, right? We want to dream dreams that just feel amazing, not ones that give you more angst, right? So this is a beautiful process to go through. And, yesterday our affirmation was every breath I take is filled with possibilities. So this one is I'm a daydream believer, because we are. And remember, everything that's showing up in your life right this minute, the good and the bad, anything that shows, or maybe it's not bad, the good and the not so good, everything that's showing up is because that's what you've been attracting. That's what you've been bringing to you through the words you've said, the thoughts you've thought, the emotions you've felt, and the things that you do. Because we're not just emotional, thinking beings, we're doing beings, right? And the thing that's really cool is as you really get into this daydreaming, this bringing this, like I like to say, we have this symphony of notes that are all around us. And to me, I love just visually seeing when I close my eyes. And I'm not a musician. I don't read music or anything like that. But for whatever, the musical notes just feel delicious to me. It's like if you imagine like a cartoon almost, that musical notes are just popping all over the place. And that in your mind, when you visualize it, you can see the notes. But when you become the vibration to the things that you want, those notes come together to make this symphony of this beautiful, beautiful sound, right? Musical individuals, yes. And so just imagine, it's almost like, have you seen the thing where like they have a table out, the symphony of life? Yes, they have a table out and there's sand on the table, and then they take the what are they called, the things that you hit to make the sound, what's it called? I don't know why I can't think of it right now, but they hit this and it creates a vibration, tuning fork. And the vibration of of this tuning fork affects the sound, and it can actually make beautiful, beautiful pictures, graphics, whatever the hell, it would make a great cartoon. Yes, it would. So you can affect the sand and the patterns that it creates with this vibration. So we do the same within us. Our vibration is either bringing this beautiful symphony of notes and just creating this sound that is just amazing. Just think of how the symphony sounds when all the different instruments are playing together, and it just forms so cohesive, and it's amazing, right? But if every one of those instruments was playing their own little tune, and then they were all playing good notes, they just didn't go together, oh my gosh, what would that sound like, right? Not so good. And so we want all the pieces of us to be playing on the same musical score. We want, to just feel it. And maybe I'm thinking about this so much because it was a song that started that this morning when I woke up. That song was powerful in my mind. All right, if I wake up a millionaire, I will need to pinch myself and be thrilled. But you're right, in that fleeting moment, it can get wiped out. So I would invest to continue the growth, but more important, that money would fund me to start my member biz. So I have the opportunity to travel, purchase my device, a new vehicle, a chair, and tents so that I can work on humans, horses, dogs. And while I'm traveling and helping people, I can be doing my Chronicles of Kimmy's podcast interviews. Yes, yes. Beautiful, Kimmy. And the thing too is to really, really make these musical notes really work together. Feel the emotion more than you think of all the stuff that it's going to create. Just think when you're in the moment, all right, and you've purchased your device, your vehicle, your chair, your tent, what's that feel like? So it's the feeling of it's here. I've got it. It's not out there. So it's a beautiful thing. And this morning as I got up and that song was playing in my mind, I kind of laid back down and just did a little bit of visualization because the feeling of accomplishment. Yes, yes. And does that feel like joy? Does that feel like happiness? Does it feel like contentment? Might feel like all of them. I mean, um, when we look at how powerful we are, and I'm so excited and looking forward to doing this mini workshop with you guys, and we'll be doing visualizations, we'll be having conversations. I am so looking forward to it. And to be honest with you, I don't have a clue exactly what I'm doing. I'm letting intuition just guide me, and all of the above. Yes, Kimmy, I love it. And we're going to be doing so many things to just be magnetically drawing our amazing musical notes to us. Oh, doesn't that feel amazing? And so, for anyone who is watching or listening to the replay, make sure you put hashtag replay. And if you're actually not part of the Stand Up and Stand Out community, please, and if this is something that really resonates with you, join the group. All you have to do is go to vickypoole.com, VICKIEPOOLE.com. You'll be prompted with some questions and you'll be in the group. I'll put you in there ASAP so that you can do all of this amazing stuff with us. And because the workshop is only going to be for those in the Stand Up and Stand Out community. And the thing is that I try to get guest experts in here quite often so that they're sharing something amazing with all of you. And like I say all the time, I love you guys. You are the light of my day. And it is just glorious when I get to spend some time with you and share. And I appreciate you showing up and you playing full out. And whether you're live or you're watching the replay, I appreciate you too. I do. I do. All right. So let me see let's see. I love it, Wendy. Have a sweet daydreamy day. Yes. All right. So let's go back to our affirmation. I am a daydream believer. And so put this on your index card, your sticky notes, the screensaver on your phone, wherever you can put it. We love and appreciate you. Oh, thank you, Janet. I love and appreciate you too. But make sure you put this somewhere that you see it today, because and I bet you will have that song start popping through your head at some point. It's one of those things, right? And so make sure that you're utilizing this affirmation. I am a daydream believer, because I know you are. I know you are. And then our journal prompt. So what I like to say is get your notebook out, your journal out, put the date, put the affirmation in the journal prompt, because they go together. I created them together. And then just take some time to just be in quiet solitude. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. Yes, yes. But just take a moment to be silent, to quiet the mind, focus on your breath. And then when you open your eyes, just write it out. And one of the things that might be helpful too, I'll just say this, is that you may be like me and you've got more than one dream, right? It'd be very rare for us to only have one, right? So maybe before you start imagining that it's come true, just write out your top 5 dreams that you have and then play with them all day long, right? Hold on, let me see what this says. Neil Diamond wrote that song and the Monkees recorded it and sang that song. Love it. Yes, yes. I know it was so funny when I was like when I woke up this morning and that song was going through my mind. I could the other part of the lyrics were coming up, but it was like it just kept coming back to I'm a daydream believer. And so it was like, okay, that's it today. That's it. And so um you know how it is. It's like it pops in your head and there it is. All right, so really quick, I want to make sure that you not only are you going to think about your biggest daydream has just come true, but maybe take a moment and write down 5 dreams that maybe some of them maybe you've had for a very long time. They've just always felt so far out in no man's land, right? Just go ahead and write them down. And then today, as you go through your day, pick one, visualize it, daydream it. How does it feel when it happens? Something that makes it feel true and easy. Like it wasn't this, like when you first started dreaming it. Just imagine when you first started dreaming it, it felt like it was so far away. And like, will it ever happen? How's it going to happen? But then when it happens, it was like, man, that was nowhere near as hard as I thought it would be. That was so easy. And now it feels like, what else is possible? What else is possible? Because most of the time, when we say it's our biggest dream, it's because it feels like it's big, right? Well, what if it is really small and easy and flows? That's what we're going to be talking about in the workshop. Creating that ease and flow as we magnetically draw all the amazing things to us. And whether that is financial abundance, whether that's courage, whether that's being able to use our voice, start our podcast, create an amazing event or a group, and whatever it is. What if it was easy? Wouldn't that be fun? To get there when the dream comes true and you call your friend and you say, oh my God, I can't believe I thought that was going to be so hard. I thought it was going to take me forever. But it's so delicious in the moment. That changes how it feels, doesn't it? All right. Whew, so it's getting close to time. Let me see. Daydreaming Saturday. Beautiful, positive day. Yes, Janet. Yes. All right. So you've got your affirmation, your journal prompt. You've got it out. You're going to write your top 5 daydreams. You're going to start this journey today, creating so easily. Because remember, the guy who changed his golf score just while he was a prisoner of war and imagining, the power of imagining and creating within here and here is so powerful. So you've got this. And I will see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. And I will be posting today. I believe I'm going to work on getting it posted as far as what the actual date's going to be for the workshop and start getting it all put together. So wait, what did Janet say? No, what did, let's see. Hold on, next time. Oh, there we go. Have a sweet daydreamy day. And I will see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. And private message me if you have some thoughts or ideas, and then make sure you post in the group whatever that helps you. Everyone have a wonderful, positive day. Yes, Janet, thank you so much. And hopefully I will see you all tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. Mwah.